my friends to join in with me. So today it's going to be another special talk on temples, and our expert Jayashree will be giving her views, her visit. Okay, so. Accept.
Hi, Vijay. Good evening. Lovely to see you all.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. So I was just telling them I'm just waiting for my friends to join. And as usual, we're going to talk something so special, and Jayashree is going to be the expert doing the talking. But before we start off, I just want to give my experience on my trip to Varanasi and Allahabad. It happened in 2019. I think that was the time of the Kumbh Mela. So it was a very special occasion. It happens once in 5 years or something, Kumbh Mela?
Yes.
Once in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then we went there. It was my first time. I haven't been there before. So it was very, very special for me. And a Gujarati friend took us. So it was in the process of getting clean, the Ganga. It was almost clean at that time. I mean, I was quite surprised because he said Ganga is so dirty it needs to. And there's even these two musical singers who sang on Gangai, getting cleaned, and they dedicated it to Modi. That is a beautiful song. So that happened before our visit there, and then we went to Allahabad. Uh, we went to the Triveni Sangam, just there where our boat was, where we get down and we have a bath and everything. I got back to the boat and we came back, and then in the evening, when we returned, this Samudra Arti happens, when all these men stand. And just before that took place, we were all waiting for it to come, and people were getting, this thing crowded. And we stayed in the boat to watch everything. We didn't get back behind the crowd or anything. At that moment, I don't know. Yes, yes, Jayashree.
Can you see all of us?
I can see.
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
see Jayashree. I can't see Jayashree.
But you can see me.
I can see you.
And
Ah,
Malti,
and then,
if you want to tell me something, just you talk out.
oh, okay.
Instead of.
And
So
Vijay,
I will talk.
before you continue, Vijay, 1 minute.
Ah,
The Kumbh Mela, which is the Purna Kumbh Mela, sometimes called the full Kumbh Mela, occurs once in 12 years at the given site. The Ardha,
Oh,
the
okay.
half Kumbh Mela, occurs every 6 years between two Purna Kumbh Melas at Prayagraj and Haridwar.
And
now,
this time also, the place is gearing up for Kumbh Mela now.
Okay.
then that's that
Once
once in 5 years kind of Kumbh Mela. So
Yes.
mine in 2019 must have been that Ardh Kumbh
So now
Mela or
this is
something.
again, this must be the Ardha or full, we don't know.
Ah,
The full one happens once in 12 years, and the Ardha Kumbh Mela every 6 years.
Okay.
okay. So I was just sitting next to my husband, and I don't know what happened to me. I just leaned against him. In fact, I sent a picture of that also. Over Ma Ganga, on the boat, I had a sound sleep for 25 minutes. There was so much of noise and mayhem, everything around me. Nothing came. It was just a dreamless sleep over the Ganga. And when I got up, I was feeling so refreshed. So these are all very, very special
Very
things that happens to us.
special.
Then you
Of
really
course.
feel that the goddess is part of you. And in the night, my husband said, no, I'm very reluctant to come because they do this Aarti Puja again in the night in that Vishwanatha Koval, the temple there. So I went with my friend, and they all get together in a group, in a big group. All of them, it was crowded there around that small cave-like door where you have to enter, and all those priests do all the abhishekam and all. And the people around will sing. They will all sing. And then it was so passionate, their singing. I didn't realize I was weeping. I was actually weeping. After some time, I realized I must have felt embarrassed because people are looking. Nobody even noticed me weeping.
Yes.
It must have been just part of the whole thing. I just wept uncontrollably. I wept. These are the experiences I had in Varanasi. That is something I will never forget. So, Malti, I think you will ask questions and Jayashree will do the expert talking. We
Yeah.
will have a nice half an hour session of it. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
in the interest of our viewers,
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining us today evening. Jayashree, one of the co-hosts of this program, of this live chat show, has recently visited some of the locations that she would be the best person to describe. And since I have not visited any of these locations, would love to hear from her, her own personal experience. And I think she had visited Chitrakoot, Ayodhya, Varanasi. Some of these places are popular sites, pilgrimage sites in India. So, without much ado, over to you, Jayashree. If you
Yeah.
could give us a taste of your experience, that will be
Yeah, sure.
wonderful.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to just talk about my recent temple visits there. And uh, see, by visiting temples and coming to know about the small and big anecdotes behind these temples, one thing is for sure, it is just India is a land of rich heritage, I should say. India's culture, traditions, and they are also varied, unique, and so mesmerizing. We would have all heard about the holy shrines, about the holy rivers, and also about this holy temples. You know, we would have heard through our grandmothers, great grandmothers, and from our history books. But when you just go and see them in person, it is totally mesmerizing, amazing, I should say. And also, like as we grow older, every year as the year passes, we tend to lean towards spirituality. Maybe the degree of leaning towards spirituality it may vary from person to person, but it is really an amazing experience. We should know there's nothing to go abroad and see. So here in our country itself, there are so rich in traditions. We should need to go and visit them. So that way, I'm so happy. Varanasi, it's also called Benares. It's called Kashi. It's known by different names. It's the holy city of India. It's a
So,
spiritual capital. Yeah,
Jayshree, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt. So,
yeah.
did your trip start from Varanasi? Did you? I mean, you went in a tour covering all these places, right?
Yes, of course.
So,
I
which
did
all
cover all
places
these.
did you cover, and where did you start?
Actually, I didn't start from Varanasi. Since Vijay ji, she was talking about Varanasi, I thought I will talk about Varanasi. That's it.
Okay,
Actually, we
sorry.
went to Lucknow, Naimisharanyam, Ayodhya, Chitrakoot, and then last Varanasi we came there. So now coming to Varanasi itself, so that I said it's a spiritual capital of India. It's a bridge between life and death. It's a bridge between the spiritual world and the materialistic world. Amazing, amazing. And Varanasi, there no rivers Varuna and Asi. They merge with the Ganges there. That is why the city got its name Varanasi. Originally, it was called Benares Kashi. For that, it was called. And Varanasi, it's a very old city, a big city. Old city. When I say that, if it's got this narrow gullies and also this mud roads, people of different religions are all there. And Varanasi is not only the holy city for the Hindus, but it is also holy for the Buddhists, Jains, and all religion people are there. And then this, because it's a small, either with narrow gullies and a lot of traffic and everything is there. So the main thing here, the identity of Varanasi, when you talk about the identity, people from different parts of India, from different corners of the world, they come here. And you have people coming here to take a dip with the holy Ganges. You also have the sadhus coming here for spiritual reasons. Sadhus from everywhere they come here. You have the Agori Babas. These are all some of the identities. The iconic places, Aprina Chana, you have Kashi Vishwanatha temple is one. Then you have this Kashi Visalakshi temple. Then you have this Annapurneshwari temple is there. Then Satyanarayana Perumal temple, Sakshi Vinayakar, and you also have this Kala Bhairavar temple. The Kala Bhairavar வந்து சிவனுடைய ஒரு அம்சம். So he is the guarding god for Kasi. He guards the city itself. So when you visit, your visit to Kasi is not complete without visiting Kala Bhairavar temple. And this Kala Bhairavar temple is also so many thousands of years old that the main deity is also worn out. And அதுக்கு இதெல்லாம் ஒரு காப்பு மாதிரி பூசி அதுல வந்து they put one கவசம் shield மாதிரி போட்டிருக்கிறாங்க. It's one of the oldest temple and very nice temple also. Now coming to this Kashi Vishwanatha temple. In the Kashi Vishwanatha temple, it is facing the Ganges and it is on the banks of the Ganges, facing the Ganges. And to the northern side of the temple, there is one compound wall which separates the Kashi Vishwanatha temple and the masjid. Originally, and the masjid area, the Kashi Vishwanatha temple was there, they say. For some litigations are going on, I'm not sure about the details. Actually, that compound wall is not straight. It is just there with a dent. On the dent, you have some Shivalingas placed there and what Nandi facing that. Just to say, originally Adi Vishwanatha temple was there. And now the deity has been moved to one place. And we all know Narendra Modi ji has recently, he has made Varanasi corridor. It's such a beautiful place, spick and span with full tight security and all facilities for differently abled people, facilities, then health centers. So many facilities are all available. We also have shopping malls on the first floor. But when we went there, the shopping malls were not there. I mean, it was not open. So, and then it is Kashi is crowded throughout the year. The locals, they say. Even Vishwanatha Kovil also, that is whether it is always crowded with people. But neat the queue moves. So how much ever the crowd is, it moves so neatly. And such all of us can have a darshan of that. And as it is very usual in North India, you can directly go near the deity. You do your puja. That is, you can carry a jar of milk. You can pour on the Shivalinga. Then the bilva leaves you can place on the Shivalinga. And the flowers and all you can offer. The money you can do. The priest is not ready. He is just present there. And when you see that Kashi Vishwanatha Lingam, that itself, it is copper plated and coated with gold. And the copper plate, it has got some Akarshana Sakti from the universe. So, the copper plated. And the Shivalingoda Sutti, that is called Avudai. The Avudai is made up of gold. And the Kashi Vishwanatha, the Lingam, it is slightly below the ground level. That's one totti mari or form light is there. And that is silver plated. So, in the Mari, wonderful atmosphere, everybody can have a darshan, no pushing and pulling, nothing, neatly moving crowds with tight security. It is absolutely very nice. Ganges, that is so mesmerizing. A lot of people who came with us, they were actually going to Allahabad to do their Pitru Karyam and all that. Because my father-in-law is there. We didn't go, but we just stayed back here and morning and evening we had a dip with the Ganges. We visited Kashi Vishwanatha temple and then this is how it went on for us. And then the Ganges itself is so huge. Boating that is the boat we found slowly the boat would other way it took us about nearly 1 hour. The whole area the boat took about 1 hour.
Correct.
And there are about guards, 84 guards are there. Guards means Tamil Padithuran Solluvom. Correct. So many guards are there. You have this Kedar guard, Hanuman guard, Ram guard. Ellarthilum Ram guard and the pair varum. That is even in Ayodhya irukum, Chitrakotli irukum, the Ram guard and the name irukku. 84 guards are there. And each one has got a story behind. The boatman himself, he explains all this. And then latest add pannadhu the Namo Ghat, Narendra Modi Ghat with the folded hands. It has been added. And there are two particular ghats. That is Manikarnika Ghat and Harichandra Ghat. The cremation takes place throughout the day. It takes place. So
Jayashree, she's asking a question, Malati, whether you attended the Aarti. I mean, everybody does. Nobody misses it.
Yes.
That will be really good.
Yeah. 6 o'clock the Aarti takes place.
6 o'clock.
Tan 6 o'clock they take place. And then it's so mesmerizing, so beautiful. We are all enthralled by the scene,
Yes.
அந்த மாதிரி ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்குது.
They all do it in unison. All those young boys.
Yes.
They do
அது
it
வந்து
in
they're all
unison.
traditionally dressed and then they do this aarti. So இது வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு நல்ல எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். அந்த ஒரு இருட்டுற சமயம், that is we went in November, அப்ப இருட்டா இருக்கு அங்க, சீக்கிரமா வந்து it becomes very dark there. So அந்த இடத்துல அந்த ஆர்த்தி பார்க்கும்போது அவ்வளவு இதுவா இருக்கு. அந்த கங்கா நமக்கே ஒரு எமோஷனலான ஒரு ஃபீலிங்கா இருக்காங்க. That was very nice. And whether everybody there, no, கொஞ்சம் ஒரு hustle bustle இருக்கும் because public are all gathered there. முன்னாடியே 1 hour முன்னாடியே people start occupying places there. But it's wonderful experience. We got to see this from the boats. நாங்க the opposite sideல நாங்க பார்த்தோம். நாங்க we were able to witness that particular thing. Yeah. So அதனால that Aarti is something very special, and even TV ல கூட some of the TV shows also, that is they come up with this. That's superb. They should never miss that. அதனால evening times we should go, and 3 days we stayed there, morning evening, and Aarti எல்லாம் பார்த்து dip the Ganges அதெல்லாம் நாங்க பார்த்தோம். In fact, எங்களோட டூரோட கடைசியில தான் we came to Varanasi, we came here. And throughout we were having only food like dal, chawal, roti, sabzi, different type varieties we were having. The restaurant foods we were having. We wanted to have, we were all craving for rasam sadam. In fact, we had arranged for one ஒரு வாத்தியார்ஸ் house they had arranged. வாத்தியார் means the literal நம்ம அந்த மாதிரி நினைக்க கூடாது. வாத்தியார் for 5 generations they are there, that அந்த காசியில இருக்காவ.
I have a question.
Yeah.
These Vadiyars from Tamil Nadu, after they become old, they retire, they go and settle in Varanasi.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And then they live there. They do puja part, they live there.
We would have heard in our childhood days, dip with the holy Ganges, is considered very sacred by every Indians or Hindus, and also to die in Kashi, everybody's desire. Many people, they would like to spend their old age in Kashi. And this particular Vadiyar, for 5 generations they are here, and they have a huge network. அது unimaginable, you know. அவளுக்கு அந்த சொல்ற மந்திரங்கள் சொல்றதுலயும் they are experts அவ. And also they are having a huge network, and அது ஒவ்வொரு வீடுமே அவளுக்கு so huge, such a big mansion they are having. அதுலயே நிறைய ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் are taking place. சில பேர் காரியம் பண்றா, அந்த 10 நாள் காரியம், வாத்தியாருக்கெல்லாம் சாப்பாடு போடுற பிராமணாளுக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு இடத்துல சுமங்கலி பிரார்த்தனை நடக்கிறது, கல்யாணத்துக்கு வேண்டியது ஒரு நிச்சயதார்த்தம் நடக்கிறது. இந்த மாதிரி அவ வீட்டுக்குள்ளேயே நிறைய சின்ன சின்ன போர்ஷன்ஸ் are there and it's being done. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நெட்வொர்க் வச்சிருக்கா அவங்க. So அங்க we had to நல்ல ஒரு ஃபுட் they offered. சமைக்கிறவன் கூட from மத்திய பிரதேஷ் cooked this சாம்பார் ரசம் எல்லாம் அவ்வளவு சூப்பர்பா கேட்டார். ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. எங்களுக்கு soul satisfying after 1 week we didn't have this at all. So அந்த மாதிரி நமக்கு இருந்தது. And then that what I meant to say is in that Vadiyar's house, there are small portions of there. People from Chennai also, they are old couples. They have come there for 48 days. They want to stay there and daily have darshan of Kashi Vishwanathar, and they want to take to have bath in the Ganges. இதுக்காகவே வந்திருக்கா. ஜஸ்ட் அவளே சமைச்சு சாப்பிட்டு இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பண்ற. Also they get help from the Vadiyar's house. They get இந்த மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணி the people are staying like that. So after 48 days it seems they will come back. அந்த மாதிரி they would அவளோட life term desire அப்படின்னு சொல்லி they are coming there. So
the question இருக்கு. The bhang is very popular there. அந்த ஒரு கட்டியா ஒண்ணு சிவன் தலையில வச்சிருக்காது, சுவாமி தலையில, அது பிரசாதமா குடுக்கற ஒரு இலையில பங்கு.
அப்படியா? தெரியல எனக்கு, அத பத்தி தெரியல.
எனக்கு என் ஃப்ரெண்ட் வாங்கி தந்தா. அங்க ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பாப்புலர்.
ஓகே ஓகே.
all those அகோர வள்ளம் இருக்காளே, வள்ளம் they take the bhang, which is supposed to be part of Shiva's thing, you know, bhang. So that I remember my friend brought it in yellow and gave it to me. bhang இது வெச்சுக்கோ, கட்டியா இருந்தது அது.
அப்படியே something edible,
supposed to be bhang. During Holi in the north they have that bhang.
Ama bhang, correct. அது it is a kind of a drug.
Yes,
it sounds ரொம்ப popular with Shiva in Varanasi.
Yes. Okay. That is news to me anyway. So அந்த மாதிரி it was like that. So that answers your question, like how people, they come and stay there and then they would like to spend some time there. Daily about the pass mari vechirukka Kashi Vishwanath temple ku, but if they go by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, crowd illa, so on the time of the pass use padi for 40 days they give a pass there. So இந்த மாதிரி வந்து இந்த மாதிரி தர்ஷன் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த மாதிரி கேங்கஸ்ல குளிச்சு இந்த மாதிரிலாம் they are doing there.
Question I have. What was I about to say? One more question I have. Oh my God, you continue. I'll remember, I'll tell you.
Jayshree, what was this? Any surprises there? I mean, were you taken by surprise by any incident or something that happened over there, or by the environment of the temple or the people you met?
Yeah, people are very simple, I should say. எந்த ஒரு பந்தாவுமே இல்லாதக்கு the simplicity and the bhakti.
Now I remember what I wanted to ask. Every person in the street greets you as Har Har Mahadev.
Yeah.
They don't say namaskar, namaste, good morning, nothing. They just say Har Har Mahadev. That's the way they greet. So that I found was very, very unusual in that place.
Yeah.
So that's and I also heard that Chettiars are managing
the
temple.
Yes,
The finances and everything. From here.
Kasi Visalakshi temple is managed by the Chettiars. அது வந்து அந்த particular temple வந்து the South Indian style இருக்குது. Kasi Visalakshi temple. Whereas இது வந்து Kashi Vishwanath temple North Indian typeல இது இருக்கு இங்க. So இந்த மாதிரி வந்து அந்த stay in Varanasi, it was just too good, I should say. அது ஒரு மாதிரி the experience பண்ணாதான் அதுக்கு தெரியும். It's so emotional also. அந்த
very.
Kashi Vishwanath
the feeling.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, how was the atmosphere in Ayodhya in comparison to Varanasi?
ரெண்டுமே ரொம்ப emotional. Ayodhya சொல்லவே வேண்டாம். Like வந்து the beginning of this year, the consecration of Ayodhya temple was done by Narendra Modi ji. It was done. So அதனால generally our group, it was every year we go out on such tours. About 12 to 15 of us we go. But this time Ayodhya அப்படின்னு சொன்ன உடனே people, என்னோட ஃபேமிலில இருந்து 4 more people came. இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாரும் வந்து we were totally 31 of us we went this time. So அந்த மாதிரி Ayodhya also it's very emotional. Kashi Vishwanath இது வேற லெவல் emotion. இது வந்து இப்ப Ayodhya தான் ரீசெண்டா வந்திருக்கிற ஒரு emotion இது. But Ramlalla பாக்குறது, that is also very, very, very special, I should say. And so this was our Varanasi trip. Ayodhya and Cholaka, it was Rama Janma Bhoomi it is. So it was a place where Rama was born and he grew up there. He was born there. He grew up there. He got married to Sita. இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. And then வந்து இந்த Ayodhya temple that which we see the videos, இதெல்லாம் நம்ம பார்க்கறதுலாம், it is just 40% of the construction. The more of construction is has to be done. இன்னும் நிறைய இருக்கு. It has to be completed. It said that by September 2025 வந்து it will be completed. And of course we plan to go in 2026 again to Ayodhya. அந்த மாதிரி பார்க்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறோம். And you know this originally வந்து Dasharatha's palace, it was so huge. And நான் சொல்ற சில places, இப்ப நான் சொல்ல போற சில places like it's just some segments which is now far away. We have to travel by small autos and go. The main temple where Rama was born, he grew up, that is the main temple. And then from there you have to travel by small auto rickshaws to Kanak Bhavan. Then you have Bharat Bhavan, you have Sita Ki Rasoi. இந்த மாதிரி இடங்கள்லாம் வந்து இருக்கு. So the Bharat Bhavan is a place where King Dasharatha, when he was childless and with his wives, he performed Putra Kameshti Yagam, he performed. So that is Bharat Bhavan and the place of it. Then you have this Kanak Bhavan. As the name says, it was originally made full of gold. That was Andapuram, you say, where Sita and Rama, that is, they stayed there. So on the Kanak Bhavan. Then you have the Sita Ki Rasoi in Vadadamarka. All these segments were all, previously it was just one full palace. But now it has been, now you have to travel and go and see that. The Sita Ki Rasoi patti நம்ம சொல்லும்போது, it's the place where Sita, she did her cooking. It seems Sita got married in Mithila and then she came to her in-laws house in Ayodhya. And when she came to her in-laws house, I think it's a customary practice amongst the North Indians. I'll tell you about any visit spots. I'll tell you, Malati. So there it seems when she came there as a bride, she was very young bride. She was supposed to do the cooking for her in-laws. So அதுக்கு வந்து not only for the in-laws, for the whole kingdom. அதுல வந்து for the ministers எல்லாருக்கும் she had to do the cooking. She was a young girl. It seems she did the cooking with the help of goddess Annapurni. She did the cooking and she served them, it is said. And also another thing is when the bride serves food, appo வந்து you also have the in-laws giving her some gifts. So many of the people in the kingdom, they had gifted her with so many things like a ring, a haram, and then bracelets they had given. Adula Kaikeyi had gifted her with this Kanaka. So Kanaka Bhavan was gifted to Rama and Sita for them to stay there. So that is also part of the huge palace only. And the Marida it was. And then and also one more thing is when they give her a gift, Sita also, she asked Dasharatha for a boon, I believe, that Rama should henceforth be called as Sita Rama. See, here is nowadays when we in our generation, I'm talking about our generation, when we get married, we have our husband's name attached to our name. But Sita had asked whether her name should be, joined with her husband's name. And Kodanda Rama, Sita Raman, he should be called அப்படின்ற மாதிரி she had asked. So that is one thing. And in the Kanak Bhavan, as I told you, it's the Antapuram of Rama and Sita. Originally it was built of gold only. And then அதுல வந்து இப்பெல்லாம் வந்து ஈவினிங் வந்து Rama, Sita, Lakshmana deities are there. They perform evening aarti there. அதுக்கப்புறம் you also have இது கூட இருக்காங்க. What is it called? Jula Darshan, they say, no? There's Unjal Sevan, Tamil சொல்லுவோம். அந்த மாதிரி that Darshan is also there. So these things are performed. Originally it was gold, but now after so many invasions and after so many natural disasters, இப்பெல்லாம் வந்து the Sanatana Dharma is intact. அதுதான். And Ayodhya is at the banks of Sarayu Nadi. And in the Sarayu Nadi, Lord Rama is supposed to have taken bath there, and people so emotionally say this is every nook and corner Rama has been here and he is still living. That is what they believe. So on the bhakti is something very great there. And also in Sarayu Nadi itself, you have so many places, so many ghats. That is Padithurai is there. Adula vandu one is called Guptar Ghat. And the Guptar Ghat la Rama, after his Rama avatar, along with his followers, he is supposed to have entered the Sarayu Nadi and completed his avatar and he went back to Vaikuntham. So that is how it is said. And Lakshmana also, he got into that into the Sarayu Nadi and he also left to Vaikuntham. That was the Lakshman Ghat and Solra. Guptar Ghatla where Rama and his followers they went. So before entering into the Sarayu, Rama had asked Hanuman also whether he would come with him. But Hanuman said that I only know you, Rama, so I will stay back here. When you go back to Vaikuntham, our Mahavishnu, so I'll stay back here. I will spread your message. I will sing your hymns. I will guard Ayodhya. He said and he stayed back. So Hanuman Gadina, one huge hilltop level, there is an Anjaneya temple is there. So with Mari Irkanga. Also, if you have this, there's one more place. I forgot the name. Valmiki Bhavan is there. There 24,000 Rama and Ashokas are all inscripted in the walls of the Valmiki Bhavan. It is inscripted there. And there Valmiki is a shrine with the Lavakusha a shrine. So these are all the places in the there is Ayodhya we visited. And then after this, if Ayodhya is the place where Rama was born and he grew up, Chitrakoot was the place where Rama, he came for Vanavasam. So Dasharatha, after that is when the Kaikeyi asked for a boon, saying that Rama should not rule the country and go back for a Vanavasam for 14 years, and the Chitrakoot was Agada Vanavasam he did. Of the 14 years in Chitrakoot, Rama was there in exile for 11.5 years, they say. 11.5 years he was there, and Chitrakoot is situated at the banks of Mandagiri river. So this Mandagiri river is a place where all the sadhus, they gather here. In the mornings, they do Surya Namaskar. The evening, Mandagiri river Aarti. That is also performed here. 6 o'clock. Ade 6 o'clock when the Aarti is performed at Mandagiri river. Ade Mari Ayodhya, Sarayu, 6 o'clock when the 6 o'clock Aarti in Sarayu. Sarayu river Aarti is also done there. அதே பாட்டு அந்த இதை வச்சுட்டு நிறைய பேர் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி இந்த ஆர்த்தி பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்றதெல்லாம் பேசிட்டு இந்த படித்துறையில பேசிட்டு சித்திரக்கூட்டில வந்து பாக்குறதுக்கு வேண்டிய இடம்னு சொன்னாக்க தட்ஸ் வந்து அனுசூயா இஸ் தேர். மாதா அனுசூயா ஆசிரம் இஸ் தேர். She is a pativrata and she is supposed to have preached the pati dharmam to Sita, and her ashram is there, and she is, since being a Pativrata, she only invoked the Mandagiri river, and Mandagiri came into existence because of Anusuya, they say. Anusuya is the wife of sage Atri Maharishi. And then just opposite to her ashram, the Mandagiri river, it flows there. People take a dip there and then they take darshan of Anusuya Mata. Anusuya Mata, she is supposed to have received Rama and Lakshmana. When the sages, they came to know about Rama, Sita, Lakshmana coming here to the forest, immediately in a very short time, they had huge boulders and rocks. They had built huge caves. அது வந்து அந்த மாதிரி கேவ்ஸ் எல்லாம் பில்ட் பண்ணி ஃபார் தெம் டு ஃபீல் கம்ஃபர்டபுள் இட் வாஸ் டன் ஆக்சுவலி. அண்ட் தென் வந்து தட் இஸ் கால்டு குப்து கோதாவரின்னு பேர் அது. அந்த குப்து கோதாவரியில வந்து the caves are all there. So where they had, so it is still intact. We can see, I have to climb up and down to see all this. And the Sita Kund is there, where Sita took bath there. So அந்த இதெல்லாம் வந்து இங்க பாக்குறதுக்கு ரொம்ப ஒரு முக்கியமான இடம். இங்கேயும் ராம் காட்னு ஒரு இடம் இருக்கு.
Jayashree, there's so much you have to say about Ayodhya and Varanasi. The rest of the places we'll have to continue next week. Because there's still so much you're saying, and we are almost nearing the end of our time, and you can't stop explaining because there's so much to talk about it.
Yes, just one more information about Chitrakoot and I finish off Chitrakoot. There is also there's Ram Ghat is there, and the Ram Ghat you have colorful boats which takes you around the different ghats. Sangayu Harthi, as I said, 6 o'clock it is being performed, and we have witnessed one laser show there where the audio video show on the just on the waters. No screen, nothing behind. Ramayana itself was being shown there, and all the boats, pin drop silence, we're all witnessing. Ellarkum Ramayana Katha, we know that, but in spite of it, we were just watching that. So adallam paathoம் naanga. Then on the banks you have for the temples for Hanuman, then you have for Shivaji, you have then Tulsidas temple is there, Anusuya temple is there. All these temples are all there. And then Tulsidas Pati Charanaka, it says Tulsidas just lived 450 years back, something approximately, and Ramayana is supposed to have taken place 9 lakh years before. Appo nadandirukka Ramayana. And Tulsidas, he was such an ardent devotee of Rama that he gave darshan to Tulsidas, and he used to do continuous penance and puja for Rama, and every day he used to grind the chandan, the paste, and apply on the foreheads of people who come there. So one day when Rama came as a common man, he could not recognize Rama at all. And then that was at that time, Hanuman came in the form of a parrot, and then he alerted Tulsidas and said, Rama is sitting in front of you, apply chandan for him. So on the particular place, the ghat, Tulsidas Ramarku chandan ittadaga, they will say. So these are all the important places in Chitrakoot that is to be seen. So I think I've completed 3 places in this time. And also, what do you say, Malti?
You literally transported us back in time, Jayashree. If Ramayana happened, just now you mentioned 9 lakh years before, our knowledge of Ramayana is restricted to the Amar Chitrakatha comics that we all read as kids. What you described literally took us to these places. In fact, everyone will agree that, bhakti என்றதுதான் நம்ம எல்லாரையும் சேர்த்து வைக்கிறது, irrespective of our religion, background, irrespective of the narrow gullies that you mentioned in cities or the mud roads. People do come to these places because of a rich cultural heritage and what they witness over there. Now, some of the lovely things that we heard from you today, Jayashree, include that Sita ki Rasoi. That was really nice. I never knew about it. Then the Valmiki Bhavan inscriptions. Then the most interesting thing for me was Sita Ram rather than Ram Sita. That's what we are always, referred to as Indian women. Then praying in the Kashi Vishwanath temple, the atmosphere that you described was truly, for a minute we were transported there literally. Of course, the Ganges, the Ganges Aarti is something that majority of us and our viewers have seen, but there's never, we can't stop talking about it because the whole experience is so mesmerizing. Anything else you'd like to add, Vijay?
No, it's just that so many youngsters who would have heard today, it would have been news for them, just as for me, The first time I'm hearing so many things. See,
Yes,
it makes it very interesting for them, you know. So it's not just a story, something that's happened, something
yes,
that we enjoy so much to listen to, even at our age. So
correct.
I can imagine for children, if they don't have time to read the Amar Chitra Kada, but a story like what
Yes,
Jayashree has described because she's been there in person will really transport them also there.
correct.
You know,
Yeah.
they will start getting the feelings that we get at our age, that passion, that love, that devotion for something
Uh,
so pure.
yes.
It is so pure, this is. So I feel whoever youngsters would have listened to Jayashree would have just listened to her rapt in attention, you know. I'm very grateful,
Absolutely.
Jayashree. It
Yeah.
was a beautiful talk.
Yeah. And
Okay.
In
also,
fact, I would love if our viewers who participated, who joined this call, to share their thoughts in case they have any questions or if they would like to interact and ask Jayashree something. Please do
yeah.
share your comments
And we will
on
answer,
our
correct.
handle. Jayashree's Instagram handle is Jayashree Samayalarai. We would love to hear from you. Also, Jayashree has in the past posted details of the other temple visits that she's done. She's an amazing
Naimasharan.
cook and she has lovely traditional dishes, recipes to share with us all. And not to mention Vijay. Vijay is the author of Festivals and Samayan, both these books. In case you don't have a copy of these books, you can always
Yeah.
look up Vijay's Instagram handle.
Yeah.
Thank
All these
you.
places of worship have unique offerings to the Lord. Vijay's book on festivals describe what the Naivedyam, enna kudukano, eppa kudukano, how to make it, which most of us are not aware of, is all described over
Yeah.
there. And Jayashree, sincere thanks to you for explaining so much in detail.
Correct.
And we loved listening to what you said.
One moment. I have one other place which I visited. I have already posted that in my Instagram handle and also in my YouTube about Naimasharanyam. I have
Uh,
said. So that is
yes,
also one place near Lucknow. So that is also there. And overall, my trip or my tour this time, it was so emotional and so mesmerizing that I just poured out everything that which was on my mind in this live session. I just said all this, and wonderful, incredible India. That's what I would say.
great.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
It was
Absolutely.
wonderful. And thanks everyone for joining us. And thank you, Vijay and Jayashree. That is a
Yeah.
wonderful discussion. And
Absolutely.
we look forward to hearing more from you, Jayashree.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. Happy
Okay.
Kartike Deepam to everyone.
Yes.
Happy Kartigai. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Have a
Yes.
lovely evening. Be safe and take care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kartike falls on Thursday and Friday, right?
Friday 13th is Annamala Deepam, and
Ah.
then some people will do it on the
Sarvalaya
14th.
Deepam and Annamalai
Uh,
Deepam. Ah.
Next week, before we meet the viewers, don't just wishing them happy Kartike Deepam.
Um, uh,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
welcome, Shantini.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Welcome, Shantini.
Thank you so much for joining. Happy Kartigai. We'll see you soon. Be safe and take care.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. Thank you,
Bye
all
to
of you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
girls.
Bye.
Until the next time with one more fantastic thing. Bye.
Sure, sure.